Hello, Louis. Nice to meet you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm Nicole Bastos from CNN Brazil. It's a pleasure to be talking with you today. Congratulations on the new album. I listened a couple hours ago twice, and I love it. I love the production. Oh my God, can't wait for the release. Uh,
Love that you
so
looked at it twice, by the way. I love that. I respect that.
Last year, I was at the press conference with you right after the release of Lemonade, and you say that when you revisit this new album, you feel very proud of it, a little bit differently from your first record, which you feel a little of time, sonically speaking. What does How Did I Get Here tell us about where you are in your career right now after like 15 years since One Direction blew up and nearly 10 years invested in your solo career?
That's kind of what gives me a lot of pride about the record. I think it's a really good advert to where I am kind of mentally. There's different moments across the record of like reflection, but also I think you can feel my positivity and also my confidence. So I think the record as a whole really acts as a good advert for where I am kind of personally, and professionally.
Great. A big part of the album has this summer psychedelic vibes, which is great actually because in Brazil we are in summer right now. What was on your mind while writing and producing the record that you wanted to pass to your listeners?
I wanted it to feel hopeful and more positive and brighter than I had done on previous records. But also, I'd always had this idea of going to somewhere tropical to kind of write and record it. And we were lucky enough to go to Costa Rica to do a lot of the writing and recording. And I think that feel, the whole feel of the place kind of shines through in the record. That was deliberate. I wanted this record to have a kind of sunny feel, contrary to it's pitch black outside, but I can't show you the English weather, but it's fucking awful right now. So, contrary to the weather in England right now, happy to know it's sunny in Brazil.
Yes. What was your favorite part about making this album?
Yeah, the obvious thing to say, it had a trip to Costa Rica. That was a really, really amazing time. I remember going out to that trip, and at this point, we had maybe about half of the record, but still needed, another half. And I can remember going out there and kind of feeling the pressure a little bit, But from the first couple of days, we built up some really good momentum, and we wrote a couple of the songs that ended up on the record pretty early on. Um, so yeah, that was just a really, really lovely.
The album really seems to strongly reflect this idea of growth and maturity. Do you feel like a different artist today somehow comparing to beginning of your solo career and after like three albums?
Yeah, I do. But it more comes down to the fact that I feel more confident to be that artist now, to be honest. It feels like the right time for me to make this record, and as I said, I feel really good about how I am in myself. So yeah, I think that's just a reflection of where I am.
You say a lot about being more confident, and back then when in the press conference you also said that this new album is bolder than the others. And I just really wanted you to say a little bit of how this album is for you and your listeners going to be bigger in this aspect.
I think we there was just a smaller pool of sounds and feeling and because of that like certain like an emotion too in the previous two records there was just a smaller pool of those things. I think in this record it's more expansive, there's more depth, there's things that happen musically that wouldn't have happened on Faith in the Future, and like that's where the boldness comes from. And even even the first 15 seconds of Lemonade, that is a pretty alternative choice for an intro for your first single, and I like the statement that makes. And yeah, I'm proud of what this record on musically, definitely.
After all these years in the industry, do you feel less pressure somehow to prove yourself to the audience or to the music business?
I'd love to answer and say yes, but no, that's not the case really. I do still feel the pressure definitely. It's also different when you're doing it on your own. But that's part of what drives me, definitely. It's part of what gives me the jeopardy of when I get up on, to do a show, for example. Like, yeah, I feel the pressure of delivering, but that's what makes it feel really worthwhile.
And when you look back at everything you have accomplished over the past 15 years, what are you most proud of?
I suppose, I mean, there's so many different ways to answer this question, but I think truthfully, it's the touring business that I and me and the fans have created, and to be able to tour at this level, and it's always been my favorite thing to do. So to be able to do that and to do that at this level, that's something I feel really, really proud and grateful for, definitely.
You have mentioned that part of this album was recorded in Costa Rica. Have you ever thought about producing something in Brazil, maybe inspired by Brazilian music? What are your thoughts about this?
Honestly, that would be a really beautiful and yeah, great place to create. I don't doubt that, definitely. It's actually as a football fan, I can't remember
Mhm.
what year you guys hosted the World Cup. Can't remember what year that was. That was it. It was some point in our childhood, right? And I can remember looking on as a kid thinking that was like the coolest place to host the World Cup. So it's just so colorful, there's so much culture. Yeah, that would definitely be a great place to write.
You have been to Brazil a few times and visit different places. What is your favorite thing about our country?
The honest answer to that is the the love that I get at the shows and the feeling. Those live moments are like absolutely unforgettable. So that's the kind of the more obvious answer. But also, yeah, the culture and the how vibrant it is and colorful, and yeah, actually all of that is pretty in line with how did I get here? Definitely as an aesthetic. So yeah, it'd be a cool place to bring the record, actually. I feel like that fits nicely.
What are you planning to this new tour? What can you share with
I
us?
think I think it'll be more colourful than previous tours. I've gone for a more moody approach previously, which I do still really like. I've just done a lot of it now, so I'll move away from that a little bit for this tour. And I want to try and keep a bit more flexibility in the set list, so it's not just a copy and paste every night. I needed to do that in my first couple of tours to just build up the confidence and just like, feel comfortable in that. But I'm ready to be a bit more flexible now. I think that'd be cool and keep it exciting for everyone, for me, the band and the fans. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully if you come to like two shows, there will be a different set. I hope.
Great. Last but not least, since our time is running out, Brazilian fans are freaking out about the tour dates because we don't have Brazil dates yet. So I have to ask you, when are you coming to Brazil? Because we are in summer. The album has everything to do with it.
I don't know when we're announcing, but I reckon it's next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
We are
I've given
really
you a bit there.
great. Thank you so much. We are anxious and really waiting for this moment. Wish you the best of luck with this new project, and I really hope to meet you here in Brazil.
Oh, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. Yeah, those shows are going to be special. I'll see you there.